Give them nothing, but take from them everything.
And welcome back to the Metal Hand of God podcast. I am your host, Wayne, and sitting across the other world is...
The other world.
The other
Hi,
world.
I'm the Rum Guy.
Fuck
I'm in
off.
North Carolina.
That's the other world. That is the other world to me.
I guess.
And today we have an amazing guest, a gentleman who is, you could say, he's a very quiet guy in a film. Today, he's very quiet in that movie. Today we have Mr. David Howard Thornton joining us. If you're not familiar with the gentleman, he plays Art the Clown in Terrifier. Dude, the movie's fantastic. I enjoyed it. I especially, dude, like everybody else was cool in the film, but I don't know what or how the hell you move the way you do, my friend. It's creepy as fuck.
Thank you.
It's definitely definitely weird. It was an amazing thing to watch because I'm not a slasher movie guy by any means. And Wayne's like, you've got to see this movie. You've got to see this movie. It's like, all right, I'll go. I'll watch it. I'll watch it. You know. And I was like, wow, this is. But it's well done though. That's the thing of it is.
Yes.
I mean, it was shocking. I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting. I'm the last, the 80s kind of slasher kind of campiness, that sort of thing. But this was to a completely different way of doing it. This was really well done, and you guys did a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I mean, what was the I don't even know how you would get into something like this. I'm going. I know.
What was your motivation?
This man is an actor, and how did the pitch come to you for this movie?
I just saw the audition notice online, and I had seen All Hallows Eve, so I already knew the character and loved the character and wanted to play a character like that. So I was just like, yeah, send me in, coach.
Wow.
So, yeah, I just contacted my reps. They submitted me, and I knocked it out of the park at the audition.
Dude, that's amazing, man. Because like I don't think anybody else could have did that character like you.
Oh, thank you.
know?
Maybe Doug Jones, but
Well, maybe, yeah. Doug Jones is pretty fucking incredible too. But
yeah.
What I'm saying is like, but I don't think he would be a different one. You know what I'm saying? Like his character, his version of that character would be different from what you did. And honestly, I don't think anybody could replicate what you did.
And it's hard to do I think it's hard to do a character that it's easier to emote with speaking than it is non-speaking.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you must have to over emote emotionally.
Yeah.
I would think to get the point across a lot of times.
Well, the good
Please.
thing is I got my start in doing like children's theater, which is very physical and it's usually a little bit over the top anyway. So that kind of helped, I think. It's funny because I'm usually told to pull things back because I usually I go so big with my movements and everything. But Damien's like, "Oh, that's great. Keep doing it." I'm like, "Yes, okay."
Yeah.
It came across so natural. It really did.
Thanks.
I tell you what, man. One of the scenes that really sticks in my mind is like one of the first times they see you in the movie. Mm-hmm. Is when you walk into the pizza place and you sit down and you just stare at that girl. that is like, to me, dude, that was like the most fucked up thing ever.
That was fun. Oh, that was so much fun.
I mean, I'm sitting there going, I'm like, oh my God, dude, this is creepy.
Where was that filmed at? Was that filmed in like Jersey or New York or Detroit?
Yeah, we filmed that up in Long Island.
Nice.
Okay.
At a pizza place, yeah.
Was the pizza good?
It was okay. It was. I was at the time. I was working at a really good pizza place, an Italian place here in the city, and I was like trying to compare the two was nothing. It was just like, yeah, like we made our own sauce and everything at our place.
See?
It was so good. I hated it when that place went out of business, and I was like, no, because the food was so good.
That's what happens when you don't when you use canned sauce. People, remember that. Don't fucking do it. Make your own.
Yeah.
Put some effort into your shit.
It's like that real sauce makes all the difference. I was like, I mean, I'm usually not a red sauce guy either when it comes to like pastas and stuff like that. But like that sauce there was so good. It was I ate so much. I started getting a little bit of a pudge after that. I was like, oh no.
Oh, poor you.
Poor you.
Poor you with your little pudge. Mm.
Little pudge. I'm like, what the hell? This is everybody else is like, that's nothing. I'm like, to me it is.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, you haven't seen us. That's not so bad. A little pudge, I would kill for a pudge.
Now there's some the clown movie. There are some clown movies out there, and there are. I think everybody does something just a little bit different. They have an idea that they want to take the clown character
to a different
a different spot. I mean, they've got. It's hard to recreate something or to not recreate. Let me rephrase that. Reimagine something like that. Like, I was reading some things and stuff, and everybody's like, this blows Pennywise out of the water, and it really. But I mean, that was a different type of character. That's a different type of imagined character. Yours, to me, it looked. Who came? I mean, well, I know who came up with it, but
right.
The idea of the clown itself, the character of that clown, the attire, the look.
Did you have any...
very like French 1920s?
Yes. Did you have any input on that?
No, that was all Damien. I mean, he does have kind of like a Pagliacci type of look to him, I guess you would say. Yeah. It's like. Yeah, some people even confuse him with a mime. I'm like, no, he's not a mime, because the difference between silent clowns, which art is, and a mime is that mimes do not use props. Right. Art clearly uses props for everything.
So. Right.
Very much so. Sharp, pointy props. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Damien basically created him to be the antithesis of Pennywise anyway, because he's like the polar opposite of Pennywise. Like Pennywise is loud and obnoxious, Art is quiet. Pennywise is colorful. He's got hair. Art's bald, and is black and white.
Yeah.
It almost, to me, watching the film, it almost, for a long period of time in that movie, I really felt that Art was more a non-human than a human. It almost, to a point in time, he really had that. The way the face was, the way the
alien-esque kind of feel.
Well, that sunken in almost demon type of thing going on with him. Was there any talk about that? Was there anything like is he all human and just completely messed up?
Oh yeah, we definitely talked about all that. I mean, like, because that was like one of the first things I wanted to know, because like when I read the script, there was no background info at all on the characters. So my first day in the chair with Damien and getting my makeup on, I was like, okay, explain to me who this guy really is. And really at that time, Damien really didn't have too much of an idea of like what his backstory really was. He's like, well, let's just discover this together. And so that's what we've done over these past years, is we've cultivated his whole entire backstory. So I know who and what he is now.
Awesome.
Good.
Awesome.
And I've heard through the grapevine and everything that there could be or should be a number 2 coming along for this character.
Oh yes. Oh, definitely. We're in the middle of pre-production right now, so we're casting right now, we're building the sets, all that fun stuff. So we're hopefully going to start filming at the very end of October.
That is so awesome, dude. That's so good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm super
good time to start filming.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's because this one's going to be set on Halloween again, so
Nice.
We want to be able to capitalize on some of that, so we don't have to, because we're still a low budget independent film,
right?
So we don't have the budget to go out there and just create Halloween outside for exterior shots and stuff.
For the budget that you're using, though, the film quality is really well done.
Oh yes.
Thank you. Yeah, that's our crew there. It's like they know their stuff.
I mean, it's not like well, everything's digital now, so it makes it a little bit, it helps out quite a bit, but it's not, so.
It's definitely practical effects. There's a lot of practical effects in there. There's not very much digital, if any, on any of those things, because there's definitely practical effects in there, and they are very well done.
Well, that's all Damien. He made them all himself.
and the placement of things, and you've taken some of the there's actually some funny scenes in the movie, which I was kind of taken aback, but my sense of humor is a little bit weird.
Well, I mean, it's the playfulness of Art himself, though.
Right.
He acts. It's got like a silly feel to it as well as a fucking scary, creepy.
One of the scenes that I really got a chuckle out of because was spoiler was well, let me bring two things up at the same time at this point. For a slasher movie, the surprise of a handgun was amazing.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And the part where it jammed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of funny. That was like, it was just, I kind of, you were like, oh, but the look on your face was hysterical. It was like, but hold on a second, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And then you just laughed.
I like that too.
Yeah. And I love that. I thought that was hysterical.
And also, I've never seen a hacksaw used that way before.
Oh, no. We got to do something new there.
No, that is his go-to thing of choice, it seems to be.
Yeah,
There's a lot of sawing in the movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't really say that's his go-to, weapon of choice. I mean,
Okay.
I look at Art as having, you'll actually see more what his weapon of choice is in part 2. It's something that's been used in part 1, but we use it again in part 2, and I think it's more of his unique weapon, I would say, but I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay.
But but Art kind of just uses whatever he finds around him too. He's gonna I think he would probably go into a Home Depot and just it would be like those kids in like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Right.
Just like Land of Imagination just starts playing. It's just like, oh,
World of Imagination. Look at me. Oh. That's awesome.
Now, what was your thought when you're in the makeup, you're in the character? Now, had you done any horror type things before this?
No. I'd always done comedy or like musical theater or voiceover work. I've never done horror before.
Now, I heard you did voiceover work. Now, that's interesting as well.
Yeah, that's the irony there. I do over like 200 plus voices. I lost count years ago, so I'd say 200 plus.
Wow.
But yeah, and so like the thing I'm most known for now is being a silent character. Like, of course, that's how it goes.
That's hysterical. Absolutely hysterical.
But
were you? I'm sorry.
Oh no. Well, that was always my thing growing up, in all the roles I played. I would always use a totally different character. That was my thing. Was my voice. That was my biggest tool set. And I'm like, oh, that's not even what I'm known for now.
That's great.
And it's such a great. You had to have really. I think. I mean, did you study up on a lot of non-speaking actor role, like any old movies that you watched before this?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, I would say I've been like a lifelong student of that type of comedy.
Oh, okay.
Because I grew up like my parents and my grandparents gave me a great education on like old silent films and stuff like that. And then like when I was a teenager, my aunt gifted me this whole box set of Mr. Bean videos.
Oh, nice.
Funny.
Oh God, I like just digested that. I would watch those over and over and over and over, and I just loved it. And so that's where I started watching all that kind of stuff, and I just started applying that to what I would do with like, especially with children's theater, because children are more into the physical instead of the verbal type of comedy. And so I would put a lot of that into the characters I would play. And so I had just always been cultivating that over the years. And then I finally had because I didn't go to school to study theater. I actually got a degree in elementary education of all things. But when I was touring with How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the musical, I was the understudy for the Grinch in that. And our Grinch was the amazingly talented Stephen Carl, who was Robbie Rotten from the show Lazy Town.
Okay.
And if you've ever seen the show, he was a master at physical comedy. I believe he's from Iceland originally, and he studied clowning there, and so he was a master at this, and he really took me under his wing, or whatever you want to say, and helped fine tune my skills. And I had never had someone that had that same style of acting, but was better than me at it, so I could really learn from. And that's what he did for me, and so I put a lot of that into art as well.
Is there somebody now that you're able to learn from someone like that? Is there somebody around you that you're able to kind of do the same with at this point in time, or is that maybe a goal later on?
Well, not here in New York City, but I've made friends with Doug Jones now, so I kind of look up to him a lot.
Damn, that's cool.
If you're gonna learn from anybody, you learn from the best. And Doug's the best at what he does. It's just I love watching Doug work. It's oh my God. And he is just the sweetest human being in real life too.
Yeah, I met him. Where did I meet him? Was he there? I may be thinking of a completely different guy. I mean, I know who Doug Jones is, but I don't know if he was at a Wizard World or one of those comic conventions or something. I want to say he was, and
he probably was. He does a few of them. And
I think I talked to him. I just walked up to him and told him, hello, and just talked to him for a few minutes. I wasn't gonna go and, autograph Hound and all that stuff. Yeah. But it was cool. It was nice. He was a very nice guy. I talked to him for a little bit, and it was good to see him.
Oh yeah, I just adore him. I met him finally. I mean, we had chatted online before, but I finally met him at a convention earlier this year in Charlotte, and it was just we instantly just clicked. It was oh my God.
That's awesome. That's so good. Now, before we get into this, we're going to take a break, and we're going to run this little commercial here. So you guys sit back, check it out, and we'll be back in how long it takes. Not 2 and 2.
Culture. A brand new store. Amazing collectibles. You need to check out North Shore Pop Culture Collectibles, specializing in all things Funko. Pop culture. Buy, sell, or trade. North Shore Pop Culture Collectibles is the place for serious collectors. And when they say specializing in all things Funko, they're not kidding. This inventory is massive. So much stuff. So many items at North Shore Pop Culture Collectibles. You never know what you're gonna find. You may find another gem you weren't even looking for. So don't forget to call or stop by North Shore Pop Culture Collectibles, specializing in all things Funko. Located at 1394 Corporate Square Boulevard, Slidell, Louisiana, 70458, or call 985-265-4279. Check them out! It's Funko! It's pop culture. You can't go wrong. Funko Pop Culture.
So there you go, guys. If you want any toys of any sort from the Funko line, you know where to go. That guy has everything you need at North Shore Collectibles. But anyway, so we're here speaking to Mr. David Thornton over here. Art the Clown, the man, the myth, the legend.
Art the Clown needs a Funko Pop.
He does. He really does, because it would look really good with all my other horror ones that are signed, and I need to get him to sign one for me.
Yes.
In fact, I wanted to bring this up. That's when we were talking about the conventions over there. I know you guys are doing a convention pretty soon. one of our favorite ones that we go to almost every year. You guys are doing Texas Frightmare.
Yes.
And we go every year almost.
Oh, that's awesome! I can't wait. I'm so glad they announced it, because I've been having to sit on that for about a month or so, and I'm just like,
You're like, come on, I want to tell everybody.
Yeah.
Well,
I hear that one's amazing.
It's hands down.
Is this your first year?
Yeah, it's gonna be my first year doing it.
Oh, dude, it's hands down the best convention I've ever gone to, and this is better than Wizard World or any other small one that I've done. It's such a blast, and everybody's so nice.
Good.
Lloyd, the owner, Lloyd Cryer, the guy who puts it on, he is such a cool dude. He's been on our show 2 or 3 times.
Sweet.
Yeah, he's such a nice man. And I am definitely gonna get a picture with you guys if we're going this year. I believe we are going this year. So if we are, I definitely need to hook up with you guys and
definitely
and do something because it'll be fun. That's how we became friends with another guy who does clown movies too, Billy Pond.
Oh yeah, Billy. Yeah.
Yeah. Billy's been on the show a bunch too. In fact, one of the clowns from the show does our website and everything.
Oh wow, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Small world there.
It really is, man. It really is. Like we were. I just so happened to go to a movie festival and Circus was playing, and I told my wife, I said, we got to go see this. So we went and waited for it to play, and we went and watched it.
Was this romantic?
Yeah, it was such a romantic movie. Especially the vagina lips on the face of the dead girl. Yeah, that was really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That movie is nuts.
It is. It's fucking insane. But I loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
And so I just out of sheer, fuck it, I'm gonna try it. I sent Billy a message. I was like, hey, I got this show. You want to come on and do it? And he's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll come do it. So and that's been over 4 years now, 3 or 4 years that we've been hanging out and doing stuff. Every time we go to Frightmare, we always go hang out with Billy and stuff. So
great man, really nice guy. Everybody from the cast and everybody.
Yeah, they were all really cool people. Every one of them.
I met a lot of them last year at the Cult Classic Convention. And
oh, nice.
Billy he wasn't able to show up because of his cancer treatment.
Right, yeah, he was sick.
But yeah, it's just like they're all so sweet. They're all really cool people, and it's like Billy and I have a fun little rivalry with each other. We're always messing with each other on Facebook. I
love the memes. I laugh every time I see them, and I know you guys are just fucking with each other, and it's just it's so much fun to see that like camaraderie and the silliness between people, and not be like, are these guys being dicks? No, they're not. They're just playing with each other.
Is there a crazy clown club that you guys are going to start?
I think we need to.
Good. We should contact Bill Skarsgård too. Get him in on it or something.
I agree.
Oh my gosh! Can you imagine that? Could you get all the clown? Oh my gosh! What an amazing
Tim Curry, all of us.
Oh jeez.
That would be fun. That would be fun. Oh my god. That would be.
Yeah, get a little Captain Spaulding going on there. Don't forget him.
Oh yeah.
Can't forget him.
Sid would probably be down for that.
Sid would probably be like the mayor.
Oh
the club.
Definitely.
That guy, I've met him a few times, and he is such an awesome man.
He really is.
What an amazing panel that would be.
Oh, God, it would just be Sid talking the whole entire time. That man has got so many stories. It would be like, I would be fine with it, too. I'm like, just tell me another story.
Yeah.
Sid.
And it was and what's crazy about it is, like, I had no idea half the things that he's done. And, like, when I first met him at Frightmare the first time I met him, and I walk up to him, and I didn't really walk up to him. I had to wait fucking, hour and a half in line to get his, to get a picture with him. But me and my wife walked up, and I had him sign my Funko Captain Spaulding, by the way, which is worth $100 now. And then with his signature, it's even more. Ha ha.
Nice.
But anyway, I walked up to him and we were talking, and I had no idea he was in a James Bond film. Like, he's...
Oh, wow, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, dude, he was in a Bond film with Sean Connery. He's got a fucking still picture that he brings with him to sign. It's Connery's there, and then he's in the forefront, like ahead of Connery. It's really cool, man. I was like, I had no idea you did that. Of course, he was super young in the photo.
Yeah.
But I mean, that
he
man
was
is
young.
Yeah,
that guy's been old forever.
Yeah, I know. He's done so much. Like his career spans over years, man.
How long you been in the business? You've been in the business a good while.
Yeah, I mean, I moved up here to start about 13 years ago, but I'm like, I haven't really been in the film business since I started doing film work really more in like 2014, 2015 time
Oh, okay.
frame.
So
Yeah.
you're still
What
kind of
about-
early
what-
into it.
Yeah, I'm still a
about
baby in some ways.
What about your voiceover stuff?
I was gonna ask, like,
Yeah, voiceover I've been doing for at least a decade or so.
all right, tell us, give us a couple names that we may have heard of.
I don't know if you might have. I'm like, because it's been like more like anime and stuff like that, or like some obscure video games. Because I did most of my voiceover work when I was non-union.
Right.
But recently I've done work on a Hulu series called The Bravest Knight.
Nice.
For, like,
That I've
little
seen. I got
kids.
Hulu.
Yeah. You know, if you've seen the one episode that had the giant and it had all these billy goats, I did all the billy goats in it. I just was meh the whole time. Meh. They paid me a lot of money to do it too.
That's pretty
it was
awesome.
amazing. Yeah, yeah.
That's
I'm gonna
pretty
be in another episode too when they release it. So I play a. Well, I can't say what I play yet. Okay. I
Yeah,
can't,
shh. Keep it under
Yeah.
wraps, man. You can't drop those things, man.
Yeah, I know. Like yeek, yeek. Yeah, almost. Whoops. But yeah, it's fun stuff though. I'm like, but like one thing I did, it's kind of notorious, is like this one video game called Ride to Hell Retribution.
What the hell? I'm trying to remember the name of the game.
It came out on PlayStation 3.
Okay,
near
well,
the end of the cycle, and it's been panned for being one of the worst games ever created.
Oh my gosh.
And I played several characters, including like one of the main villains in it and
Awesome.
stuff like that. It's about a bunch of bikers and stuff like that. It had such great potential, but I think they just like waited until the last minute to do anything. Like, okay, yeah, we got to finish this game, so
Yeah.
we'll rush everything. It was just like, oh god.
They tend to
Like
do that.
it's like even the stuff I recorded, it was like you could just tell they didn't care. Even I had done better takes, but I think they were just going through the recordings and using everybody's first takes
Oh.
too. And I was like, jeez. And they deleted parts, so like some of the
Oh,
conversations didn't make any sense. You're like, what the hell? Like this, what's going on here? What is
You got to
this
play through the
bad?
game, didn't you? Oh, that would be kind of.
Oh.
It's got to be kind of weird to play through the game and hear yourself talking.
Yeah.
It was really weird when I killed myself in the game. I was like, and I got an achievement for it, and I'm like, I just got an achievement for killing myself.
She's like, damn. That's surreal.
Like, yeah, I was like, whoa, this is kind of wow. Okay.
That's hysterical.
So, all right. So we talked earlier before we got on, and you said that you're a big gamer, right?
Oh God, yes.
All right. So me and Rum are Xbox junkies. Okay. So we're basically, that's the only system we usually play on. Do you play on that?
I play more on my PlayStation 4. I haven't played on my Xbox in over a year now. Yeah, I know.
What's wrong with you, man? That's sad. You know, we were having a really good conversation. I really liked you for a lot, man.
He's
really
probably
did.
an iPhone guy, and we're Android.
No.
I'm Android. I'm Android.
That's
I'm
all right.
Okay.
I'm an
I've
iPhone.
never had a desire to get an iPhone because those things break so freaking easily. And I'm
All right.
They do.
I have an iPhone. Sorry.
And you do, and guess what? It's broken half the time.
It is broken. Like I don't have. It's not really broken. I just don't use it. I don't use it as a phone. You know, I just use it as the
Paperweight.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I steal other people's Wi-Fi and use that. I don't have a phone.
$800
I don't have a
paperweight.
phone.
That's great.
I didn't.
Well,
pay
I do.
for it.
I mean, I do have my Xbox though, so I'm like, I have all three systems right now.
Nice. So you have an Xbox One. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So name one of your. Well, since it's been a year, name one of your games that you like on the Xbox. Just out of curiosity.
Oh God. I mean, like probably. I'll have to play the new Gears of War when it comes out.
All right. We have our third member of the party right there.
Gears of War. Yeah, we're doing.
Yeah.
We love that's pretty much the only game that I play.
Yeah.
The
Those are
story,
fun.
the
Those are fun.
storyline alone, man, is what gets
Yeah.
me. Like I read the books and everything, so it's just like it's super cool.
Oh yeah.
I know. I was shocked to find out he reads. So I was-
No, I mean, yeah. If you ever want to team up with us and play sometime, man, anytime you want to do it, let us know. I mean, I'll send you, all of our stuff.
Sounds good. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've recently been playing Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's by the same people that do like Bloodborne and like Demon Souls. And
Yeah, how is that?
it's tough, but it's good. It's really good. I gave up on Bloodborne because I was getting so pissed off at that game.
You're not the only person. I've heard a lot of people have given up on that game.
Oh, I was getting a migraine one day, and I was like, fuck this. I'm not having fun. I was like, it was Sekiro. I've Sekiro or whatever they want to call it. I was like, I've heard so many different pronunciations. Shakira.
Those hips don't lie in that game.
Yeah, exactly. That would be a totally different game.
Oh yeah,
deflecting with her butt the whole entire
right. That'd be a different way to play.
Boss mode, you go against Jennifer Lopez.
Right. Yeah.
It's glitter. They make you watch glitter. Like,
no,
no,
it's Kesha. Kesha comes in, and there's glitter everywhere.
Oh, like the movie Glitter too. It's just like,
oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, oh no, I have to sit through this. No, that's the worst boss battle ever. Oh no.
Oh, that's hysterical. No, but that's I do. I like the gaming. I like the stories. You know, I wish there was a way. A lot of times, though, you could just say, I just want to watch all the movie sequences back to back.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that.
Well, you can go on YouTube and do that.
Have you? Yeah, you can. Have you played the Resident Evil 2 remake yet?
I have not. I played the original one when it was out. You know. In fact, you know, I'll tell you this. One of the games that got me into gaming as a kid, I say a kid, but I was probably, I don't know, 20, 19, 20, was when the first Resident Evil came out. And I do remember that. I mean, I played games, you know, since I was 5 years old or whatever, back from Atari and Pong and all that bullshit when my dad would buy all that stuff for us, you know. I actually don't know how old you are or anything like that. I've never asked.
Oh, I'm 39. So
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I had I think a Intellivision back.
Oh, awesome. That was another good system.
Great.
So you come back from the old school, like me and Rum, and like we do, you know, like even the Tandies back in the day, the damn Radio Shack computers that we would play like these.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember playing Zaxxon on a Radio Shack computer, you know.
Gertrude's Puzzle. I remember.
Yes. But you know,
Rabbit.
That game, I remember it was nothing like anything I've ever played before in my life, and I was going, "Wow, this is so cool!" And every person I've ever talked to was, what was the first thing that happened that you got scared of in that game?
Mm-hmm.
And it was the fucking dogs breaking through that window.
Fucking dogs. Oh, God.
Every person I know that has played that game, when you're sitting there playing it and you're just like, oh, yeah, and those dogs break through the window, everybody jumps. Everybody jumps.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I even, like, in this one, the remake, I had a few moments that made me just jump and scream.
Awesome.
I was like, dang. Oh. Okay,
well, it's like Silent Hill. That game freaked the hell out of me, too.
Yeah, especially the complete darkness and you didn't know what was going on. Yeah.
I just remember the first time I brought it home, there was part of that game, there was an option. It was like you're in this room and it gives you the option. Do you stick your hand in the hole to see if there's a way to open the door? And you're like, no. And you're like, you have to. And
I don't want to.
It's like, I don't want
to.
I don't want
to. At the TV.
Oh God, I had so many of those moments playing Resident Evil 2 that there was like, because the best part of this game, I mean, the best part, but also the scariest part of this game is Mr. X.
Yes.
Him just like roaming around the building and trying to hunt you down and stuff like that. It's just like you hear his like boom, 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 boom footsteps, and then he'll just come around a corner. And you're like, my ass would pucker. I was like, ah! And there's like this one time I was running away from it, and I was going to where I knew a safe room was, and so I'm running, and this one zombie was just right around the corner, and I didn't know he was there, and he just, I just let out the biggest scream. And I was like,
That's hysterical.
Oh,
I still got Mr. X coming down on me too. I'm like,
There was a game like that called Clockworks.
Oh yeah.
I remember that.
In and the guy just comes around. He has these shears, like these garden scissors.
Yeah.
And all you hear the entire time when he's getting close, you just hear this shing, shing, shing noise, and you don't know where to go. And it's like trying to run from Michael Myers.
Oh God, it's just like that's how this made you feel. It was just like, oh God, it was just, oh God, those parts. I always hated those parts of the game, but I also loved them at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, that would actually, it was so scary.
It makes you scary. Really immerse yourself more into the game, and that's what I dig about some of this stuff. And that's how I feel about like Gears and stuff like that. You know, like I dig playing Call of Duty and stuff like that, but they don't have stories anymore. Now it's just like, okay, here's the fucking online, go shoot your friends.
Yeah.
And it's cool, but it's like after a while, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't know.
I never get tired of shooting my friends.
I know you don't. I know you don't. But you know what I mean. I mean, I do dig a good storyline in a game always. And I know a lot of people nowadays, with the generation these days, like we always talk about, is like the give it to me now generation, or like it needs to be done now, or I want, instant gratification, what you owe me, that, that kind of shit. And and it's just one of those things where I just don't think it's not, how do I say, it's not welcome, that's not what I'm looking for. Appreciated. The stories are not appreciated anymore in games. Like a good writer in a game is missing in certain things, and that's why.
I was going to say which isn't missing in the movie he's in either, because there's a lot of actually. You're right. Decent writing in the movie.
Oh, dude, it's incredible.
And
it's not just a slasher flick.
Getting back into it, they're and talking with you, you're such an easy guy to talk to, and you seem very pleasant, and you don't seem like a serial killer at all, which is probably good for your family and friends. But how in the world do you with the back? You just were like, I know it's an acting thing, and I get that, but you just jumping into there were some pretty heavy scenes in this movie that would make even the most seasoned actor go, ugh. I don't know. I mean, how do you just go, let's take, just take any of the scenes, really. I mean, they're all, a lot of them, there's a lot of craziness going on in this movie. If you just take one of those scenes and just go, okay, this is a really weird position to be putting myself into as a person. And then, okay, I'm supposed to do what?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you just, I know it's an like I said, an acting thing, and it's but how do you get yourself pumped for this? How do you get yourself in the mindset?
I don't know. I just can turn it on and turn it off. It's just like
that's terrifying in itself, man.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was like,
It was probably the weirdest thing. I can only imagine what it was like from my co-stars' perspectives, because would be in the middle of filming and a very violent and a big fight scene or something like that, and they're like, cut, and I'm like, are you okay? I didn't hurt you. Are you okay? I just want to make sure I didn't hurt you. And I imagine how that had looked.
And they're like staring at you.
Blood all over you.
I got blood all over me. Just like, they're like, no, I'm fine. I'm like, okay. I just want to make sure.
I can see everybody just staring at you while you're just like this nice person talking, and everybody's like, what the fuck is that going on?
Now, was the costume designer at any point in time going, why the hell did I decide to use white with this much blood?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. But I mean, it shows up so well, though. I mean, that's what I kind of like about it. It's like, but over the course of the film, you just see him getting bloodier and bloodier.
He does. He does. I just couldn't imagine going, all right, clean the suit.
Oh God, that had to been, because we didn't film in sequence either, so that we always had to take so many reference photos, so we knew where different stains were and stuff.
Oh man.
We're like, okay, now we gotta go shoot a clean scene. Now we gotta go shoot an extremely bloody scene. We're like, oh great.
Was there only one costume?
We had 2 costumes.
Oh, okay, all right.
Still, that's not a lot to really work with.
No. It was just like, oh boy. I'm glad. The good thing is the type of blood that we used is very water soluble, so it didn't really stain too much. So that was a good thing about it. Yeah.
You could just
Thank
use
you,
OxyClean. Haha, you
Yeah.
beat me to it.
OxyClean. Just my ShamWow on it. Too,
Yes.
to mop up all the blood.
Have the costume made out of ShamWow.
Now, what was the, as looking, I'm originally from up north, so I can pretty much look at the environment and tell what time of year that really was. And it's like, I'm thinking it was pretty chilly that time of year.
Oh, yeah.
It had to have been freezing when you're, I mean, the girls had to have been freaking icicles.
Yeah, like the night that we filmed the hacksaw scene, we were doing that in January.
Oh my God.
And that was, we had no heat in that room because we did that part with Catherine at Seaview Mental Hospital on Staten Island. And the part of that building was badly damaged by the hurricane, so it wasn't in a totally enclosed space, and we had no heat in there. So it was about 20 degrees that night.
Holy
That would
shit.
chill.
Yeah, and she was covered in all that blood and naked like that. I'm like, oh, jeez. That was torture. That was pure torture for her, but she totally toughed out. She didn't complain or anything like that. She was total trooper with that.
Well, I mean, it was only a few seconds, and then she was dead, so it was okay. I mean, the
but,
cold...
You know, it still took so much time to film all of that. Because
A scene like that, I was going to say, how long does it take to film a scene like that?
That took several different days to film that scene because...
Figured as much.
Well, we filmed it months apart from each other. We filmed all of Jenna's stuff first because she had to leave us to go film the Bye Bye Man.
Okay.
Like literally 2 days later, she was filming Bye Bye Man.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I had no idea. That's awesome.
Yeah. She was like the psychic girl in that one.
Oh, okay.
Got hit by the train.
Yeah.
But she had to do that, so we had to film all of her stuff first, and that was in Trenton, New Jersey. And then we had some mishaps with that building there, with some drama that happened, and so we ended up having to go to a new location. So we filmed the rest there in Staten Island. So that was months apart from each other. And so like that night we filmed Catherine's stuff. Then another night we filmed the body double stuff, where I was actually cutting through it and like the intestines spilling out and everything like that. So
Yeah, that was very cool. By the way, like the effect on that was really awesome.
Oh yeah.
Now this movie came out when, in 2016?
Well, we
2017?
Yeah, it really came out last year, but we started doing previews. Like we did we showed a rough cut of the movie in 2016. That's why everybody says 2016. But that wasn't even the whole entire movie. We actually added some more scenes into it and did some reshoots. And then we had our first debut in 2017 here at Lincoln Center. And we did some festivals and stuff like that after that. But we officially released to everybody last year in March.
Very cool.
2018. Yeah.
Now, do you remember when it was all over national news? Everybody, they were having problems with people dressing up like clowns.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Standing along the highway.
There's actually a funny story behind that.
I want to hear this. That'll see if it'll tie into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the guy that started that whole thing out there on Staten Island, Mike Levy, his film company, they did that. And Mike is the exterminator that I decapitated in the film, and his brother and one of the other guys are the two cops that come in and try to arrest me at the end.
No shit.
Yeah, so that's the fun Easter egg. Like the guy that started that whole thing, I decapitated in the film.
That is funny.
That's incredible, dude. I had no idea. That's fucking great.
Oh yeah,
That's
they're
so
helping us on part 2 as well.
Beautiful.
So they're gonna be on
there was a guy. Now, before I saw the movie, before I saw your makeup, last year, there was somebody here in North Carolina, up in Wilmington, who apparently saw the movie before I did. Had a pretty decent facsimile of the outfit and the makeup done to kind of look like your character. He was walking along up and down some of the side streets in downtown Wilmington.
Oh, yeah.
And
Jesus.
I apparently must have been a fan. And he would just pop out, and apparently the cops were looking all over the place for him. He was in the local news. It's like, have you seen this clown? And there was a picture of this guy with half black, half white thing with the white face and the tiny hat, and he's running through the, and he had a little bit of blood on him here and there, and I was like, oh my god,
I love it. That's great.
And then as soon as I saw and I'm watching the movie, going, oh my god, it's that guy. I was like, it can't be him. But it's so funny. So somebody actually did this. I thought you'd get a kick out of that because I was thinking about it.
I love it. It's like free publicity.
Yeah. So next time you're at a meeting with everybody, just say, hey, some weirdo in Wilmington, North Carolina was dressed like me, running around just waving at people, and he was going up to
look this up.
Yeah, he was going to windows because there's a lot of restaurants along this one main street, and he'd go over and he'd wave at people in the window and take off and run down an alley. Because people would like call the cops on him, they'd be running. Because there's a lot of beat cops up in Wilmington, but they never did catch him.
That's fantastic. I love it. That's awesome. I love it. Oh my god, that's great.
But are you a fan of the holiday of Halloween?
Oh, of course. How can you not be?
Okay, I was just curious. What does somebody such as yourself now dress up like? If you go to
yeah, really. Club?
Yeah, I know. I do the Joker a lot. I have so much fun dressing up like Joker.
I could see that, man. I really could. Actually, didn't you have pictures on your Facebook, don't you?
Yeah. I played him on a web series.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, it's called Nightwing Escalation. I played the Joker on that.
Very cool.
All fan made. So we film whenever we all can get together and actually film. So.
Well, that's awesome.
So that's good. Yeah, I sat there. I said I could see that, but I kept picturing you from the picture that was on your Facebook. I guess I was like, yeah, I could see him in that costume. But wait, no, I did see him in that fucking costume.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
I did. Damn it.
Well, apparently this October it sounds like you're going to be busy.
Yes.
Yeah, gonna be busy.
So I guess Halloween's already booked for you.
Yeah. I unfortunately had to turn down doing a convention down in Tampa with Spooky Empire because of the.
Oh yeah, the Spooky Empire people. They keep messaging me on what you call it. I don't think I'll be able to go because we're going to Disney on that same time period. So it'll be like I won't be able to make it for that. So.
Yeah. They're fun. I did the Spooky in Orlando earlier this year. I had so much fun at that.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, they even had a clown parade, so I led the clown parade.
Oh, that's fun.
That was fun. We walked through the streets of Orlando with all these clowns. I was just myself, but I had this army of clowns with me.
That's cool.
So much fun.
Now,
it was awesome.
Now, am I not mistaken? I might be mistaken, but you're doing a art photo shoot at Frightmare, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So he's gonna be dressed up like Art the Clown doing photo ops, guys. So if any of you guys go, that would be the time to do it.
Now, is that makeup hot?
It can get a little bit warm. It can, but I'm like, it's more the costume than the makeup itself.
It seems to move really well with your face, though.
Yeah. It's like it's a mask that's molded to my face and that's glued all over my face. So it gives me that free range of expression, which I love.
That's really cool.
What? You mean your face doesn't look like that? What the fuck?
No.
What kind of bullshit? What kind of movie magic is this?
I know. What?
Jesus.
Blew the budget on the mask.
Yeah, no kidding.
Nah,
man. A lot to make me look pretty.
I tell my wife that every day.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we'll be right back after this message from the Fillmore. So check it out.
The Metal Hand of God is proud to announce a major concert event brought to you by the Fillmore, New Orleans legendary concert venue.
Ladies and gentlemen, South African hip-hop legends, Die Outward. Only at the Fillmore, New Orleans. Incredible! September 26th. MHOG Podcast. Oh my one of the most interesting concert experiences you will have all year long. Brought to you by the Fillmore, New Orleans, and the Metal Hand of God. September 26th. Be there. Get your tickets before this is all sold out. Cool. What an amazing stage performance you will witness from a band that has sparked controversy all over the world. Get those tickets at livenation.com, thefillmoreneworleans.com, or go to the Metal Hand of God podcast. That's the MHOG podcast.com. Click on the links, it will take you to ticket sales. September 26th. Be there.
So yeah, there you go, guys. I don't know if you are into that kind of stuff, David. That you listen to like Die Antwoord or anybody like that.
I have no idea who that even is.
There you go. So, all right, just asking.
Well, they are a very energetic South African hip hop electronic band. Type
And-
thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
you've ever
they're,
seen the movie Chappie?
No, I have not.
All right. Well, you know what?
I know.
I'm trying to help
use
you
am
here,
I?
dude. I'm trying to help you here with who these people are. God damn it.
Ah, God.
Well, anyway, in
I'm
Chappie,
so old. I'm such an old fart when it comes to music. I don't know all these bands now. Like, what's their names again?
Broadway 20. What?
The Cockroaches? No, the Beatles. Oh, the Beatles.
oh,
yes.
those hippie bastards.
Ah, yes. The
But-
Beatles.
but no, the singers, the rappers are in Chappie. That's why I was wondering if you saw that film.
Chappie.
But no, it should be a good show. It's at the Fillmore. We're giving a pair of tickets away, so if anybody wants those tickets, you know what you got to do. Hit us up on Facebook and tell us, hey, you love us and that you want our tickets.
That's it.
I want tickets to Chappie. Oh, wait, it's not Chappie.
Not Chappie.
It's not Chappie.
It's like Chappie, but with more of a bass kick.
Right.
I just wanted to say Chappie. I feel Chappie. I feel like going for a walk.
Well,
You
all
could
right.
sweep some chimneys.
Yeah, go ahead. It's
Oh,
chimney
yeah.
sweep.
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins. There you go.
Mary Poppins.
which actually was a really good. I saw the new Mary Poppins, which it was a good flick.
Really?
That was fun.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I was told not to expect the original one, but it's a decent film.
It wasn't the original one. This was like 30 years later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it was like the original one, like beat by beat by beat. So it was
Really?
like,
Okay.
like the two movies totally sync up with each other.
They really
I
do.
got you. Like so,
They
like
mirror each other.
it's like so like okay, you know that this is gonna come up. You know, like the chimney sweep.
And
thing,
the
and
music,
it's- yeah.
the music was really catchy. I thought the songs were well done, and
Yeah.
they actually used some of the old school animation techniques in
Nice.
there. You know, it was very cool. I dug it.
They brought back Dick Van Dyke too.
That's,
He did,
That's
yeah.
cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
They said
Oh,
Julie
yeah.
Andrews wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
She
That's
Well,
she
They
said
got
she
Angela
wouldn't.
Lansbury though.
Oh, did they?
They did.
That's cool.
Yeah.
They said that she wouldn't do it because she didn't want people to be confused. Why is Mary
What?
Poppins in the movie twice?
I don't think they would get confused.
I don't either,
no, I
but
don't think they get confused, but I
it was
think,
kind of just a nice way of her saying, "Fuck off, guys! I'm not doing this movie."
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, Mary Poppins is timeless, and she doesn't age, so you would have
Right.
to keep that same age
Right,
line
right,
going
right.
for a Mary Poppins character.
yeah.
But
She's immortal. She's a
yes,
freaking witch.
yes. So, what kind of music do you listen to, man?
God, I'm like such like 80s type of person. I love 80s, everything from basically like the 50s through the 80s and maybe early mid 90s.
Okay.
Well, that's good. That's
yeah.
good. Yeah.
I'm such an oldies person.
So-
It's
so
like
you were-
good
don't
music.
Don't say oldies when it comes to '90s, man.
I
We're
know
we're
isn't
not that
but
old,
that's what
dude.
we think we aren't, but apparently we are now. It's like what the hell? Like,
No,
when
we're
I
only-
mentioned Green Day to people, I'm like, "Who's Green Day?" And I'm
Right.
like, "Oh no."
My
Dookie.
favorite is like when I'm sitting there going, oh man, look, Faith No More is on the this is the classic rock station. What the fuck?
Like, oh no.
Yeah, when they're doing Metallica tributes to Metallica on, I'm like,
Yeah.
really tributes?
Yeah, they're not. There's only one dead one, guys. Stop it.
Uh,
And he's been going for a long time.
Yeah, he died before they were even really famous.
Yeah.
yeah. Metallica, man.
Yeah.
Was it ever? You seem to have done a lot so far in the career you've had. You've done voiceovers. Have you done acting, or you have any aspirations, or to do anything musically? Like other than, I know you said you did the Grinch and you stuff like that. I mean.
Oh yeah,
but
I was a singer before I was anything else.
Really?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Were you in like a band or something, or you just sang?
No, just sang. I did a lot of singing. I do different styles of singing too. So I can do opera, I can do musical theater, I can do rock.
Nice.
That's very cool,
Yeah.
man. Like, because I sang in a metal band for a long time,
Fun.
and like a punk rock hardcore band, and then Rum, he's done many different things in bands.
Yeah, I've done regular. I did opera as well. I've done. I went from opera to classic rock to a rock band to a metal band to. Just bring about everything. Anything musically I could do, I did it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I love it.
He was
It's
even a
like,
groupie.
I miss doing musicals, especially because I miss singing and stuff like that. So it's just like, So anytime at these conventions, I do karaoke nights. I'm like, I have to do some karaoke.
That's awesome.
What's your go-to?
I usually do something from Queen.
Ooh, wow.
That's tough too.
My friend, you have gigantic metal balls if you do that. Dude, that's incredible. Like no.
Yeah, I got a 4.5 octave range, so
that's awesome, dude.
That's nice.
Yeah. That's impressive.
I usually do like Bo Rap or Somebody to Love.
Wow. Okay, look.
If you did a song from a musical, what would it be?
Probably something from Jesus Christ Superstar.
That's another tough one.
I do like maybe Gethsemane or Heaven on Their Mind, but or like Master of the House from Les Miserables, which is
that's a good one.
Yeah.
I've
sometimes done Be Our Guest as well.
Be Our Guest.
That's
Okay,
always
I
fun.
can see it.
Yeah, I have fun.
I always go straight towards Aladdin for some reason.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that's a good one. I've done Friend Like Me.
I think it's just I like doing that type of stuff. I'm not really much into the karaoke thing anymore. I used to be, but there's not a lot of karaoke around here anymore.
You were heavy into the karaoke when we first met because you were like, "Come on, dude, let's go do karaoke." I'm like, "I don't fucking do karaoke, man."
Well, we had like this massive group that we all used to get. There was like 16 to 18 of us, and we would pack it. We would we would invade the bar. We had our scene. We had our tables. You know, that everybody knew us, and it was just one of those things. But the bar we would go to, they also had people that came in that they took the karaoke to a new level. Like there was a guy that would come in who looked like Mick Jagger, who did Rolling Stones.
Wow.
He had the blues down. He come in with the half tuxedo on with the bow tie kind of half off,
That's
like
awesome.
it was the end of the evening type of thing.
Awesome.
And a guy came in, he would do random songs dressed like and sounded like Forrest Gump. Just randomness. It was just the most bizarre, but it was Savannah, so it was such a weird
awesome.
artsy type of feeling. You know, it was really cool.
So well with Forrest Gump and Savannah too, since that's where it takes place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nothing funnier than hearing Forrest Gump try to do Bohemian Rhapsody.
Mama.
So that was Mama. Yeah. And then throw in some Sling Blade in there too, and you're good to go.
I reckon I kill you with it.
Mustard.
Yeah.
So we're gonna end the podcast with us making fucking grunt noises, guys. Did good.
But
French fried
other
tater.
than the second the sequel to this amazing movie that you're going to be in, that you're working on, what are some future projects that you got working or coming up that you're excited?
There's one thing I can't really say too much about it, but it's we're going to be filming it next year or early next year called Stream.
Fantastic.
So we're hoping it's going to be another franchise for horror.
Awesome.
Nice.
Very good, dude.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
So looking forward to it. That's for sure.
Yeah, me too. It's a fun part for me, so I'm excited to see what comes of this. Of like, they already have 3 films in mind for it, so it's a really cool idea. So I wish I could say more.
No, that's okay. We understand. Whenever you can, come back on and we'll start talking about that too. You know.
Oh yeah.
I have one more question before we get into all the other stuff. I have one more question. How do you feel about like you becoming one of these horror icons, man?
It's surreal. I never imagined anything like this in my whole entire life. So I'm like, it's still sinking in with me. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, like this film does have the potential to be up there with the big 5 or 6 slashers, man.
Well, originally films like Texas Chainsaw Net, they had the following was a gradual build to this explosion to what it is, and there's a huge pull with this film and this character. I mean, you're going to be standing in line right beside Pinhead and and all those other characters here pretty soon. I swear to God, it's happening.
Crazy, yeah. It's like it's funny you mention that because like when I was at Scarecon, Heather Langenkamp was there.
Nice.
And I wanted to go say hi to her. Damien's with me, and we're in line, and like these 2 people are in front of us, and they're just talking about our film to her, like, "Oh my God, you guys see this movie?" And so they had no idea Damien and I were right behind them. And so we get up to Heather, and she's like, "You guys, everybody has been talking about you guys this whole entire weekend. I'm like, you guys have got something special here." It's like she was telling us, she's like, with Robert and Wes, she's like, it took them years to get the kind of traction with Freddy compared to us. She's like, you guys you've done something right.
That's good.
Isn't that cool?
I'm like,
isn't that cool?
That's a hell of a compliment. A compliment.
I was like, thank you. I was like, if anybody would know, it'd be her. She said, yeah, it took like basically until like not Friday the 13th, but Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 Dream Warriors for like Freddy really to catch on with people.
Yeah, Dream Warriors where it blew up. Yeah.
Right, and that's when the marketing for that movie really blew up too.
Yeah.
That's what really helped. That really helped the character, I think, Freddy to really sell was the marketing. That's when you had Nightmare on My Street. The song came out.
Right.
With the Fresh Prince and stuff like that. I mean.
And then
it was really becoming a household name. That whole thing.
The Fat Boys did a fucking song too.
Oh yeah,
remember
Boys. Oh my God,
the Fat Boys did a Nightmare on Elm Street song as well.
I mean, it's just characters in pop culture that become just iconic names, and I think Art the Clown is going to be one of those characters that we're going to associate with Halloween for a long time.
Yep.
Here's hoping. It's like I noticed this, and I was telling Damien this back when we were filming originally, because we had so many setbacks and everything, because being a low budget independent film. But I'm like, Damien, look, we're in good company, and it's like all of the big horror franchises, they all started off just like us. They were all these low budget independent films, and they just caught on after a few movies. Yeah. So like, hey, it's like we're doing okay. It's like let's just hope that this catches on, and we'll see where it goes.
It'll just keep growing and growing, man.
Yeah. I'm like, that's the thing is, what's so funny is like it's those independent films are the ones that catch on. It's like these mass-produced Hollywood ones that they just churn them out, and they don't seem to catch with people.
No, they fizzle out because they're just carbon copies. It's the same formula over and over again with a different face attached to it.
I mean, honestly, nobody cares about.
And it's hard. What's hard nowadays is to really, and it's in a way it's kind of a sad thing if you think about it, but it is hard to shock people anymore.
Yeah.
And
that's definitely true.
You got the internet for that, buddy.
To do something on film that people will go, but there are such high lines that you can cross, that I think you did a couple of them in this movie.
A few.
It's going to be quite interesting to see what happens the next go around.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
That's definitely the challenge. That's something like, because like the good thing about the films back in the 70s and 80s, they were, breaching new territory, so they could just come up with ideas, and it had not been done before.
Right.
Now
Right.
we're like, what hasn't been done? It's like,
Sure.
okay, how can we do something new here? It's like, geez, this is a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And with as you said, with developing this character's backstory as you go and as you're going through these, and there's so many directions that the director could take it, that as an actor, that you of course can really put a lot of yourself and your ideas and everything into this to make it your own. And I think that's great.
Yeah, dude.
I think you've nailed it. I think you've done a great job, and
Thank you.
you've got me back as a fan of the genre here.
Well, I appreciate it. I truly appreciate it.
Well, Wayne,
Well, sir. Well, let's get into David.
Yeah.
Now, these people out here, these young people that are listening to our show, would like to know where they can find you and bug you, and
Oh yeah.
where they can follow you on like all your amazing social medias, or
on the interweb.
on the interweb, where they can
On the interwebs.
where they can bother you with all kind of crazy shit.
On the tweeters.
Hi, David. I got a question. I got a question.
How did you fit yourself in that costume? Because that was pretty crazy.
You remember that time in the movie when you did this? Mm-hmm.
Remember those girls? Were they real girls?
Yeah. Hi. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm used to it. But yeah, you can find me on like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter under some variation of David Howard Thornton. I mean, like David Thornton or David H. Thornton or David Howard Thornton. I can't keep them all straight in my head anymore. So I'm like, just look for my name. You'll find me.
He has a notebook with all of his stuff in it. He has to keep track like we do.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah, probably the best way to like really reach me is like on Twitter and stuff like that, because I've basically reached my follow limit on Facebook and Instagram. I discovered. So I'm like, God dang it.
I was disappointed. I was like, God damn it, I can't even be this
Now you
man's
got to make up a
friend.
new account now. You got to be like
God.
the Kim Kardashian of the horror movies.
God, I don't have time for that crap. That's just too much. I would have to hire an assistant to just do all that stuff for me, because that's just, I don't. Whew. I was like, I is especially like when I respond to, because I try to respond to messages as much as possible.
Right.
It's like, I sometimes don't have time, so I'm usually just go thanks, or thumbs up or something, like, because I'm like, oh, but then like someone just tries to do a conversation. I'm like, I don't want to do a conversation right now.
You're like, thank you.
I'm trying to go to bed.
I really like you, but I need to go to sleep.
Yeah,
It's
I
bedtime.
have to get my beauty sleep.
I'm an old man, people. Leave me alone.
I'm old. Let me go to sleep, damn it.
Let me kill you.
But if anybody wants to actually see the movie Terrifier, you can go look it up on Netflix. It's on Netflix right now, for sure. I have not seen it for sale. Is it for sale?
Yeah, we have physical copies. You can probably find them on like Dread Central usually sells them, or Epic Pictures.
Okay.
Or you can probably find them
Epic
on
Pictures
Amazon.
does have a shop, and there's a lot of interesting things for sale for the movie on their
Okay,
shop
cool.
website.
Cool, because I was just wondering for people who like to own movies like I do. I mean, we're not going to get into that, but this generation with the give it to me now stream and everything is.
Oh, I know.
But
I know. These youths.
We sound like a bunch of old bastards. We really do.
In my day, I had to be kind and rewind.
We had to pay $1 for a piece of construction paper.
Yeah, for
and
real.
have our holes punched just to get a damn VHS tape.
Yes, and we liked it.
It was fun. Well, David, thank you for coming on the show, man. It was super cool of you, coming on and hanging out with us. We definitely want to have you back on, and we
Look
definitely
forward to seeing you at Frightmare too.
Yes. We'll be there, and we're gonna come and hang out with you guys. If you, of course, the line will be too long, but maybe after hours we'll hang out.
Yeah.
After you've done all your meet and greets and stuff.
Yes.
I am going to pay to get this picture with you as art, because I'm going to get my son to be art as well.
Awesome.
So I think it'd be really kind of cool to dress him up as art and have you guys take a picture together. I think that'd be cool.
Oh, that would be fun. I'd like that.
Yeah, because like every year we do that. We'll dress him up as the person we're gonna pay the picture to do, because we only do one. Like we did it with Robert Englund, and he was dressed up as Freddy, and he wasn't even 1 year old yet. So like he was like a little baby dressed up as Freddy. We did it with Doyle from the Misfits. We dressed him up like Doyle, which was hysterical. and so, we like doing those kind of things. So definitely need to do it as art, man. I think that'd be really freaking cool.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I would love it.
But anyway, thank you for joining us, man. And thank you guys for listening to us. I was your host, Wayne.
I'm the Rum Guy.
And that gentleman over there was David Howard Thornton.
Woohoo!
Got his name right. also known as Art the Clown. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to keep it metal!
Adieu, parting is such sweet sorrow.
Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to mama.
Get the fuck out!
Okay then. That's it.